So, I decided to make a painting. I was missing it after doing so much of color stuff. Here it is. This is actually a redoing of a small color study I did before, that I really loved the foreground of it, loved the colors, the way to look at, but not so much about the background. That was the main reason why I want to redo it. And sketch-wise, I did a good job this time. I really like how the foreground looked. The name I gave this painting is still the same, the Egg Dragon in a Ipe forest. Ipe is a native tree from Brazil. It's really tall, really cool. It has yellow leaves or pink leaves or purple leaves. It's really beautiful. Reminds me a lot of the Japanese sakura, but it's really tall. That is the difference. It's actually a very beautiful tree. In the actual world right now, there is no forest of only Ipe trees, which is very sad because if there was, it would be really cool. But I do fantasy paintings, so I can paint wherever the hell I want. And Ipe forest it is. The inspiration from this painting coming from browsing on Pinterest. I found a photo of a fruit. I think it's a fruit. I don't know if it is native from Brazil or if it is actually a fruit or just a tree. But it looks just like a dragon egg. It's not dragon fruit, if you are thinking that. But it was so awesome. The texture of it was really in my mind. I imagine if there was dragon eggs, it would be like that. And considering I found this photo around the same time the last season of Game of Thrones started airing, let's say I was just pumped up to paint some dragons. I really like dragons, by the way. Who doesn't? I think of myself sometimes, how would it be a dragon here in Brazil if it would be more like the Azteca Mayan one that have feathers, or it would be more of a Draco is from Harry Potter. I think it's Draco that's called the medieval one, European medieval one. I really don't know. But before doing our own dragon, let's start with the egg of a dragon. First thing I have to say, it did not end up looking the way I wanted it to. It is a surprise. Actually not. Very few of my paintings end up the way I wanted. That's why I'm doing all this primary palette stuff, because I want to actually get what I want when I start painting something, and that is not what happened right now. But let's persist on something until we get it right? My main problem with it was actually the colors. Yeah, you heard it right. It was the colors. Even if I did all the stuff I intended to do to get my color right, I still got it wrong. So let's just say, if you want to do the primary palette with me and like the idea and plan to do it in the future, say that just doing the palette will not resolve all the problems you get when painting. You have to practice a lot. But truly, I can't see also the resolution and how I did make my mistakes. So I can, in the next time, get it right. And it actually was something really stupid, because I will insert a photo of the first study I did here, and you see that in the foreground it is a lot more orange, a lot more bright. And my mistake was at that time I put a lot of neutrals. The orangey ground that I wanted to look, it did not work. And for 1 or 2 days I was seriously considering to drop this painting, but it was the first painting I did with art paper, and it really is a good paper, and I did not want that my first paint with it I would throw away. And per se, I did not hate the color. It's not a mistake. Oh my god, this looks terrible. It was really look cool, but it does not look warm and orangey the way I wanted it to look. But I got on my big girl pants and decided let's work with what we have and see how we end up in the future. Maybe it's not going to be perfect, and it was not, but right now, looking at it, I'm satisfied, so that is good. On the plus side, I got the techniques I envisioned to use right. It was really good. I got my underlay as well, and my background looked freaking awesome, so that's something. Let's not bother about the colors. The texture looks cool, so we are happy with it. About the background, I really like it. It has a sense of depth on it. It's interesting, and I got really amazing hand-on texture I did with salt. And I could get my trees to have that distance feeling that I was looking for, and not so flat and uninteresting like the first painting I did. Texture actually is something really important when I'm painting. It's one of the main factors I work with, and salt's like my bestie. I'll use it in all my painting. One of the main reasons I use watercolor as my medium to paint is because the texture it does and the many hand-on things I can do with it. What I'm still struggling with is how I'm going to approach foliage, because I still do not have a very clear image in my head how to do it. I want it to look ethereal and soft looking, but I did still not got the technique I want to do it right. I did it a little bit here, it did not work much. I used sponge, like vegetal sponge. I don't know if you guys know of it or if any of you use it. It's very common in Brazil, we call it bucha. It does really do very cool texture, did not look at the way I really wanted to do, but in past painting I did, past studies I did, it ended up looking pretty good. I don't know, but I'm going to do some tests in the future and see how it goes. But in the end, the foliage is not bad in this painting, it's not 100%. It's just there, and like, for someone who paints forest as much as I do, I have to get it right at some point. So we'll be talking about it in the future, and if any of you have any suggestions of how should I paint foliage and how to make it look cool, feel free to tell me in the comments, please. It will be much appreciated. So I had to change the color of the dragon eggs, like you saw in the photo I inserted before, and also in the photo on the Pinterest. The photo was actually maroons and more orangey, and if I did the same here, it was not going to look good, so I decided to paint it green. In my head, actually, the Brazilian dragon would not be green. We have no green reptiles in Brazil, so let's just leave it for this painting. In the future will be no more green eggs or green dragons, just if I'm doing a dragon for another place, or maybe I can do the one with feathers, green feathers. It would look cool. I don't think it would. What do you think? Give me your opinion. But anyway, on the overall, I really like the way it looked. The color did not influence it a lot. And I think I got right the techniques to paint it and it looked really awesome. I'm proud of my dragon egg. Maybe I would make a better underlayer and get the in-between more yellow. Right now I like it. And about the birds, it was another part of this painting that did not go the way I wanted. The first one, I nailed it. It looks awesome. But the other two, I don't know, man. Maybe it was the position or the technique, or I got too much into it and did not do it right. The main problem is that I don't know how to get it right, and it is bugging me a lot. It should be the easy part. Like, I had me in my head, the way I do it, it was going to turn into smoke in the end, be like made in wet and wet. That was the plan. But how I did the first one and it looked so cool, I look, man, I can do it the other one, but it did not work. It looks weird. But I would not throw that paint away, and that bird were going to be just like that. I was not going to care. Maybe in some time in the future I can look at it from a different angle and see what I can do to make it right and do something about the painting, but right now I really have no idea how I'm going to do it. So I will leave it alone the way it is, and it is fine. And by the way, why there is birds in this painting? I imagine them be some kind of guardians for the dragon egg into its rashes or something like that. Maybe it's just they think it's their own egg. Maybe it is, and I don't know, and I'm not painting a dragon egg at all. Just kidding. Well, they are like guardians for the eggs because there are a lot of predators around. If you see, I'm going to paint some eyes looking at the egg and desiring it to be their own dragons or just to eat it. Dragon the egg may be very good for health. Make it give it some people straight. I don't know. I know that the birds are there to protect the egg. They are some kind of magical stuff. That's why I imagine them going into smoke, getting transparent. I don't know how to express myself in English the way I wanted, but you get me. And that was the idea I wanted. My first one looks cool. I still do not know how I did that. The position helped a lot. That position that the bird was really easy to paint and really easy to get the overall look I wanted. The other two did not. The one with the bird looking up front, it looked more like a reptile than it does a bird, in my opinion. But let's not talk about it. The other one, it just looked awkward. Let's say it just looked awkward. But let's stop babbling and saying bad things and accept the sun the way it is. It's your child. Embrace it. It's not perfect, but it's yours. That's the process of being a painter, and we'll get better in the future. Like I said in the previous videos, I'm not a master. I'm not here to teach anybody. If anybody can help me with anything, I would love it, because I'm not a perfect artist. I'm not in the professional level. I just painting in my free time, and I just do it because I freaking love it. And in the end, I really like it, the way everything looked. I'm very proud of this painting. It's going on my stash of good painting to analyze in the future. Because like I said, I got a lot of the techniques I wanted to do right, and I'm proud of myself because of that. The colors was not the way I wanted, but it didn't end up looking good. The colors are great. They give off a feeling, not the one I wanted, but a feeling itself good. I got a lot of the aspects of this painting right. The egg looks awesome, the way I wanted. The texture in the foreground and the trees, the tree trunks look amazing actually. So in the end, I'm very satisfied. So that's what you get. And that is it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for the channel, give me your comment please, criticize it the way you want, say what I did right, what I did wrong, give me your opinion. It is one of the reasons I'm on YouTube. I want a feedback about my art. It is something I don't have, and I will much appreciate it. So I will see you next. Bye bye guys.